What is going on, guys? It's me, your host, the one and only Toast. And on today's video, I'm going to be bringing you guys part 2 of the almost arrested life stories that I'm doing on my channel. And this is going to be part 2 out of 4. I'm not necessarily doing these videos in chronological order. I'm doing them in the order of which I think is like worst to best. So the fourth one is going to be, that's going to be the best one. That's going to be the time something actually happened. There's actual consequence. It's a good one. Hope you guys stay tuned for that one. Anyways though, that's not this story. Let's hop into this story. This story takes place senior year of high school. I believe it was either after school or I was ditching school. Honestly, I have no idea. One of the two. Either is highly likely. But I remember me and my homie were just going to chill out. I was the only one with a vehicle or a mode of transportation and a license at that time. So I was skipping on over to pick up my homie. We was just going to go somewhere, chill, probably smoke. Definitely smoke. I figure at that point in time, I was living at my grandma's. I didn't really have anywhere to hide my shit. Eventually, I figured out a way to hide everything all good there. At this point in time, though, I had this shit in my car. Or I just had it in there because I was going to pick up my friend. Not quite sure. Either way, I had the shit in my car. I had a pipe and a little bit of weed. I think it was only like a fucking gram. Maybe 2. Drove over to my homie's house, picked him up, and as we were leaving, I pulled away from his house, went down one of the side roads, and I was pulling onto a main road. As soon as I made the turn onto the main road, I forget what the issue was. I don't remember if I was speeding a little bit, if I had like a brake light or headlight out or something along those lines, or what the fuck the issue was. Honestly, don't remember. I just know that I pulled onto the road, and I knew that I was getting pulled over. Approximately 10 seconds after pulling out into the road, I was like, there's the popo. We getting the pulled over. And I was like, shit. Because at this time, this was going to be my 3rd or 4th warning of being caught with shit in my car. You think after one time I learned my lesson. I'm not that quick of a learner. No. Took me like 4 times of almost getting completely royally fucked to finally get the hint not to keep shit in my car. The issue was not necessarily keeping my shit in the car though. It was the fact of just how many times that car, one of my old cars, it was a 1999 Ford Explorer. That car has been hotboxed more times than I can fucking count, bro. That was just the trap car. That was the smoke mobile, okay? I want to get that point across because that car had perma weed smell. I feel bad for, we sold that car. I feel bad for whoever got that because no doubt in my mind, unless they got some shit, they did some deep clean into that car, oh, they getting pulled over every single time. That's what happened to me afterwards. After I hotboxed that car enough times, if I got pulled over, my ass was getting searched because that shit just perma smelled like weed. Even if I had nothing in there whatsoever. Smelt dank as fuck. So we get the pulled over. I know the routine by this point. I know what's gonna happen. I'm just thinking, how can I talk to this cop to weasel my way out of fucking handcuffs this time? Thankfully, a lot of the cops that I ran into, I've had really fucking good luck with them. Probably also because I'm white. Rolling on by that one. True though. This particular time, this cop was an alright cop, man. He was alright. Once we got pulled over, he came up to the car, asked me to step out, and he's like, alright, I smell weed. What you guys got? And at this point in time, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you guys. The first time I got in trouble, I tried denying that I had shit. I tried that whole shit. Nah, dog. If they know and you know they know, fess up to that shit, especially if it's just some weed. Just honestly, dude, like every time I've just fessed up and said something, like I've managed to come out of it relatively unscathed. Relatively. Never been put in handcuffs. Knocking on fucking wood for that one. Hell yeah. Oh, that was so dry. Where the fuck was I? Cop pulls us over. He's like, alright, what you got? I smell it. And I was like, alright. Even if I try to deny it, the car's getting searched. Where it was, I knew it was going to be found. So I was like, alright, here's what I got. A little bit of weed in my pipe. And the pipe that I had at the time, I had just bought in like less than a week ago. I think it was just like a couple days ago. It was a fresh pipe, bro. And it was a pretty nice one. It was just a regular, straight pipe, bowl, kind of straight. But it was cool because, so, it was pretty much like this pipe. Bowl piece was right here. Bowl was a little bit wider. But the neck of it, I don't know what you call that. I don't know the specific term for that, but that right there, it had a cool design. The pipe that I had, it had it like, it was one singular thing, but it had a design where it looked like it was two wrapping around each other, and they were different colors. It was a blue and red, and it was one of the color changing ones, so as you smoked, it kind of changed colors a little bit. And it was really cool, like wraparound design, and it was just a really nice piece. It wasn't as good as my favorite pipe that I used to have that got taken away from me the first time I ever fucking got caught. Stay tuned for that one. Gave him the pipe, the weed. He dumped the weed, made me step on it. That killed me. And then proceeded to toss my pipe, a brand new pipe pretty much, into the woods. Pretty sure I heard it break, which just, I heard that thing hit something. My heart shattered, bro. It sunk. And where I got these pieces, where I'd get my pipes at the time, they weren't necessarily expensive, but they weren't inexpensive. Like, you know, it was probably like a $30 to $40 something pipe. So, not too much, not bottom of the barrel, kind of right in the middle. After that, all he said to me was, if I let you go, I'm gonna need something good. And I instantly knew what that meant. I was gonna be put in handcuffs if I didn't knock on one of my plugs, bro. If I didn't give them something. I was gonna wind up in cuffs. Because they knew all my information. They had all my information. I was already in the system previously. They know where I live. I can't hide from them. Can't do nothing like that. He gave me a number to text, his personal cell phone number to text, and he said he wanted the information no later than the next day. And I contemplated that shit for a while, bro. I was thinking, I was like, bro, fuck, man, I don't want to do this. I can't do it. I can't just throw someone up under this shit. So, what I did was, I gave him vague information, and not enough to necessarily have the shit to go get the person from what you know what I'm saying? Like, I was trying to be as vague as possible with it, but keep myself out of fucking jail, pretty much. Like, I know that's probably selfish as shit, and I wouldn't do it to someone that I knew really well. There were definitely a couple plugs that I had at the time that I was like, no fucking way, I'm not saying this definitely ain't the person I'm throwing in there. Like, I knew them too well, you know, they were too close to me, like as friends wise, and knowing them personally, they were too close to me for me to be like, I'ma share this. And like, no, I couldn't do that. I chose a plug that I knew the least, I interacted with the least, Thankfully, none of the information that I ever gave the cops ever resulted in anything happening to that person, thankfully. I felt like a complete asshole whenever I did it, bro. I did. Even though I kept it vague, I didn't, and I was like, is this good to the cop? And he was like, yeah, that'll work. And I was like, alright. Cool, man, I felt so bad giving out any information on anyone. Like, shitty thing to do, man. It is. Don't be out here knocking on people, but sometimes you do what you gotta do, man. I can't. I'm not trying to defend myself in any way. If you guys think it's wrong, that's your opinion. I just know that whatever information I gave the cop didn't result in anything. I didn't get put in jail. No one got hurt in any of the situation. All good. Now, I do want to point out that this homie, the homie that I had in this video that I picked up, I didn't talk about it much because he wasn't too much involved because it was all my shit in the car. It was mainly, he talked to the cops a little bit. Other than that, I mean, he wasn't too much thing. What he is, though, is a fucking bad luck charm. Almost every time I've been pulled over, that motherfucker has been in the car and jinxed my ass. Jinxed my ass, bro. Straight up. After all that happened, me and my homie, we probably went and chilled whatever the fuck we were gonna do. We just probably went about our day. Probably got some more weed. All was good in the end. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I really greatly appreciate it. And till the next one, guys, see ya.